Good day everyone, my name is Ashley Sofia Viboo, and for this video, I will be doing activity number 3, example number 1, which we call is the Oldham's coupling as per what's in our module. So all throughout this video, I will be explaining and showing you guys how I did this plate. So before I start, we all know that we are under the lesson of how to assemble different parts in SolidWorks. And for this plate, we will be able to see those and practice those in doing this plate. So Oldham's coupling is basically composed of 4 parts, which are: first we have the center disc, second we have the key, third we have shaft, and fourth is the flange. So these 4 parts will be done individually, and then later on we will be assembling these 4 different parts in order to come up with one output. So without further ado, let's get started. So as what I've mentioned earlier, we're gonna do the 4 parts individually. So I'm going to do first the center disc. So let me click this, and then to start, let me click sketch, and then I'm gonna choose the right plane, and then I'm gonna draw a circle from the origin. So the diameter of this circle is 145. So to input that, I'm gonna use Smart Dimension and input here 145. Then after that, I'm going to extrude. So I'm gonna click features, extruded boss or base, and then the thickness of this should be 20. So I'm gonna make this 20 and then check. Then after that, I'm going to click this face and then Control A. So here I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines. So click sketch and then line, and starting from here to here and another on this side. Then after that, I'm going to measure the distance from the line to the center. So I'm going to choose Smart Dimension again, then click this line and then the center, which should be 12. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other line, 12. Then after that, I'm going to draw another circle on the top. So click circle and then here. And then after that, I'm going to extrude this part. So features, extruded boss or base, and then click this. And then as per what's in our guide, this should be 12.5. So I'm gonna make this 12.5 and then check. So let's see what happened. Control 7. And after that, I'm going to rotate this for a little bit and then be working on this face. So I'm gonna click this face and then Control A. Then after that, I'm going to draw here 2 horizontal lines. So I'm gonna click this line and then here to here and another on this side. Then after that, I'm going to measure the distances from the line to the center. So I'm gonna click Smart Dimension, and then this is supposed to be 12, and then this should be 12 as well. And after that, we're going to extrude this as well. So I'm going to draw a circle first before I do that. And then here. And then extruded here. Click this part. And then this should be 12.5 as well. Check. So let's see. And now we're done for this part. This is the center disc. So let's put a little bit of color, which is yellow, and that's it. This is the center disc. And now that we're done doing the center disc part, we're going to proceed to doing the key part. So to start, let me click sketch, and then I'm going to choose top plane, and here I'm going to draw a rectangle. And to do that, I'm going to choose center rectangle since I'm starting from the origin. So the dimension of this rectangle is 14 by 50. So to input those, I'm gonna use Smart Dimension and input here 50, and this is 14. Then after that, I'm going to extrude. So I'll be proceeding to features and then extruded boss or base. So the thickness of this, as per what's in our guide, should be 5.8. So I'm gonna make this 5.8 and then check. And that's it. So after doing those two parts, we're going to proceed to the third part, which is the shaft. So to start, let me click sketch and then I'm gonna choose the right plane. Then after that, I'm gonna draw a circle from the origin whose diameter is 50. So using smart dimension, I'm gonna put here 50. Then after that, I'm going to extrude this circle. So I'm gonna proceed to features, extruded boss or base, and then the thickness of this should be 62. So I'm gonna make this 62 and then check. And then after that, I'll be clicking this face and then Control 8. So here, I'm gonna draw first a center line. So center line, so starting from the middle. And then I'm gonna use midpoint line. So starting from here, I'm gonna make a horizontal line and the length of this should be 14. So using smart dimension, I'm gonna input here 14. And then after that, I'm going to create two vertical lines here and then here on the other side as well. Then from this line to the center, so the distance is 22.1. So I'm gonna click this line and then this center and input here 22.1 and check. Then after that, I'm gonna draw another circle. So here, with the same diameter. And then after that, I'm going to remove this part. So Control 7 for a better view. And then features, extruded cut. And then I'll be clicking this area since I will have to extrude cut this part. So the length of the area in which I have to extrude should be 50 only. So I'm gonna make this 50 and then check. And then I'll be doing this side. So I'm gonna click this arrow under fillet and then chamfer. And then this should be 1. Then I'll be clicking this one and then check. That's it. This is the shaft part. Now that we're on the last part, we're going to do the flange. So to start, let me click sketch and then I'm gonna choose the right plane and then I'm gonna draw a circle here whose diameter is 145. So I'm gonna click 145 here and then proceed to features, extruded boss or base, and the thickness is 40. Check and then rotate. I click this face, then Control 8. Then I'm gonna draw here a circle whose diameter is 100. So I'm gonna put here 100. And then after that, I'm going to extrude. So features, extruded boss or base. The thickness of that should be 35. Check. Then after that, I'm going to click this face and then Control 8. Then I'm gonna draw a circle here as well to make a hole. So diameter is 50. And then after that, I'm gonna proceed to features, then extruded cut, and then I'm going to extend this arrow and then check. And then after doing that, I'm going to click this face and then Control 8. So here I'm going to draw two horizontal lines. So I'm gonna click a line and then from that to that point and then another on this part. And then after that, I'm going to put the distance. So from the center to the line, it should be 12. And then the same goes for the other line, which should be 12 as well. And then after that, I'm going to draw a circle. So here, we will have the same diameter. So just features and then extruded cut. And then I'm going to click the area of which I have to cut. And then the depth of that should be 13 only, and then check. Then after that, I'm going to rotate and click on this face, then Control 8. And here, I am going to draw a center line. So from the center to the right, and then the length of that, another from the midpoint line. And then the length of that midpoint line should be 14. And then here, another and another to connect to the circle. And then measuring from the midpoint line and then from the center. So here we also have another circle and extruded cut. Here and here. Should be 50. Then check. And that's it. This is the flange. After all that, it's time to assemble. So first is the flange, and then insert components, and then center disc. And then I'm gonna click mate, and then coincident, and then I'm gonna click the faces to which I have to attach to. So this is the first face, and this is the other. And then next is to locate the point so that it would align. So this is the first, and this is the second. Now that it's perfectly aligned, the next step is to insert another component, which is the flange. So I'm gonna click that, and then I'm going to rotate that, and then another one so that it would align to the other figure. And then drag, then click mate, and then coincidence again, and then click the faces to which it should align, and then locate the points again. Click that and this point, and there. Then next I'm going to insert another component, which is the shaft. So here we could see the shaft, put it there, then we should rotate it in accordance to the figure, and then click mate, and then coincident, and then click the yellow part, and then the back part of this face. And then another is to click the concentric to put it inside. So click concentric, and then click this edge and that edge. And the next figure is the key. So insert component and then key. We could see, and then drag. Then after that, we're going to click mate, and then coincident, and then click the inside point, and then click the other point for the key. That's it. So we could see it's perfectly attached. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to insert a component again, which is the shaft. So here. And then we should rotate it in accordance to the space that we have to fill in. And after all that, we're going to click mate, and then coincident, then click this yellow face and then the back face so that it would attach. And now that it's parallel with each other, we're gonna click the concentric, and then click this face, and then this line and this edge. And now we could see that it's already inside. And we will now move on to the key. So insert component, then key, and then click X once to rotate, and then mate, and then coincident, then click the point inside, similarly to what we did on the other side a while ago, and then click the corner for the key part. We could see that's already inside. And that's it. This is Oldham's coupling, activity number 3, example number 1.